Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. I am sure you have heard about the blue wave. Well, if you haven't, here's what it looks like. I'll start with these 7 categories. First up is white women for Kamala. And yes, I believe this is where it all started. White women for Harris meeting raised millions and broke Zoom at the same time. You won't believe what just happened on Zoom. Kamala Harris' latest campaign event took the internet by storm. A recent Zoom meeting supporting Vice President Kamala Harris drew nearly 200,000 participants, causing the platform to crash multiple times. This massive turnout wasn't just for show. It raised millions for her campaign. Organized by groups like Moms Demand Action, this event saw an impressive shift in political engagement, especially from white women, a demographic that's been pivotal in past elections. And guess what? It also signed up 170,000 new volunteers in just 1 week. Talk about breaking records and breaking barriers. Stay tuned for more updates on this exciting campaign journey. Second is Black women for Kamala. For the Black women of Philly, Kamala Harris isn't just a politician. She's a beacon of hope and progress. With her historic candidacy, Harris has breathed new life into the dreams of countless women who see her as a symbol of what's possible. Rosalind McPherson, CEO of the Roz Group, captures the excitement perfectly. She says Harris's run is part of a larger movement, showing Black women rising to prominence across various fields. And it's not just about Harris. It's about the future. State Representative Darisha Parker emphasizes how Harris breaking the glass ceiling inspires generations to come. In a city where Black women have always been the backbone of community and change, Kamala Harris represents a future that's not just brighter, it's ours. Keep shining, Philly. Third is white men for Kamala. And in this category, one labeled his time as my rousing night at White Dudes for Harris. I had the opportunity to attend one of the most unique political fundraising events I've ever seen, the White Dudes for Harris campaign. This event was not just another night of speeches and donations. It was a powerful display of unity and a hopeful sign for the future of American politics. So, what is White Dudes for Harris? It's a fundraising initiative aimed at rallying support for Kamala Harris's presidential bid. The idea is to engage white men, a demographic that has been notably skewed towards the right in recent elections. And let me tell you, the night was full of surprises. The event was organized by Ross Morales Roqueto and featured a star-studded lineup. We had celebrities like Jeff Bridges and Josh Groban, and political figures like Pete Buttigieg and Governor J.B. Pritzker. Each speaker brought a unique perspective, but the core message was clear: unity and support for Harris. By the end of the night, they had raised an impressive $4 million. Now, some critics have called the campaign cringe, but the organizers leaned into that self-awareness. They used it as a strength, contrasting their empathetic and positive tone against the often divisive rhetoric we see in politics today. there was a palpable sense of unity in the room, a shared goal of moving beyond the fractures that have divided liberal politics. One particularly awkward moment came from a segment on Fox News' The Five. Host Jesse Waters tried to pressure former Tennessee Representative Harold Ford Jr. into wearing a hat with the group's logo, comparing it to MAGA merch. Ford declined, and the exchange went viral on social media, highlighting the tension between opposing political viewpoints. Despite the criticisms and awkward moments, the event was a smashing success. It wasn't just about raising money, it was about creating a broader, more inclusive coalition by bringing in a demographic not traditionally associated with Harris's base. The campaign aims to bridge divides and foster common ground. However, it's not all smooth sailing. The campaign's account on X, formerly known as Twitter, was temporarily suspended after a wave of negative comments. This raised concerns about potential censorship, especially given the timing and the sources of the negative attention. Organizer Ross Morales-Roqueta expressed his bewilderment and suspicion over the suspension, questioning the platform's neutrality. In the end, the White Dudes for Harris event was more than just a fundraiser. It was a statement, a sign of a broader shift in the political landscape. It showed that unity and inclusivity can transcend traditional political divides, and that there's a growing desire to move beyond divisive politics. So, if you're looking for a glimpse into the future of American politics, keep an eye on Kamala Harris's campaign and initiatives like White Dudes for Harris. They might just be the change the Democrats have been waiting for. Now, I totally underestimated these dudes. That night, the White Dudes for Harris event was the unexpected smash hit of the campaign season. Picture this: Jeff Bridges, Josh Groban, and even Pete Buttigieg all uniting to support Kamala Harris. Yeah, you heard that right. Despite the cringy name, this event raked in a whopping additional $4 million in donations. The energy in the room, electric. Turns out white men aren't all in for Trump. Some are rooting for Harris, and they're doing it with serious enthusiasm. Critics might roll their eyes, but this event brought a refreshing wave of positivity and hope. It wasn't about lectures or guilt trips, just a genuine push for change. Could this be the spark that jolts the liberal base into unity? Only time will tell, but for now, the Harris train is gaining some surprising momentum. Fourth is Black Men for Kamala. Black men rally for Kamala Harris and confront an elephant in the room, saying, "I'm standing behind a black woman to be president of the United States, and it doesn't make me any less of a black man," said the Illinois Attorney General. I'm asking all of you all to do the same. I'm sure you've heard this news. Black men are stepping up and standing strong for Kamala Harris. It's a game changer for the 2024 election. Black men are becoming a decisive force in the 2024 election. Groups like the Black Man Lab in Atlanta are bringing these voices to the forefront. Kamala Harris's campaign resonates deeply with Black men, addressing key issues like economic empowerment and police reform. Both major parties see the power of this voting bloc. Their engagement signals a shift, showing their influence and determination to have their priorities heard. As the Illinois Attorney General put it, supporting a black woman for president doesn't make me any less of a black man. Black men are making history, and their voices are shaping the future of America. Fifth is celebrities for Kamala. Yes, I said celebrities. From Megan Thee Stallion to the Obamas, 25 plus celebrities have endorsed Kamala Harris for president. Why are there not more people talking about the amazing celebrity support for Kamala Harris? From Megan Thee Stallion to the legendary Obamas, Kamala Harris's presidential campaign is rocking Hollywood. Beyoncé is belting out support and even letting Harris use her hit song, Freedom. And John Legend, he's all in too. With icons like Jamie Lee Curtis, Cynthia Nixon, and Shonda Rhimes rallying behind her, Harris is gearing up for an electrifying campaign. Even the former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama have thrown their weight behind her, adding a powerhouse of influence. This isn't just a political movement, it's a cultural phenomenon, uniting diverse voices for a historic cause. So get ready, because this star-studded endorsement list is just the beginning. Number 6 is Kamala Harris jumps 14 points with Latino voters in new poll. Now, let's talk about what I wish I knew about Latino voter trends before today's bombshell poll results. According to a new Equus poll, Vice President Kamala Harris has surged 14 points among Latino voters, putting her 19 points ahead of Donald Trump in key battleground states. This data, collected from over 2,000 registered Hispanic and Latino voters between July 22nd and August 4th, shows a significant shift compared to President Biden's previous numbers. Harris's support is strongest among Latinos under 40 and Latino women, signaling a pivotal change. With Latino voters projected to make up nearly 15% of eligible voters in November, this trend could reshape the election and future political landscapes and possibly swing the White House into Kamala's grips. And now, last but not least, is Republicans for Harris. We know the Democrats are for Harris, but what about Republicans for Harris? Well, let's talk about it. The Republican Party is divided, and it's making headlines. Here's why some members are backing Kamala Harris over Donald Trump. In a surprising move, the Republicans for Harris group is urging their fellow party members to support the Democratic ticket. They argue that while they may not always align with Harris on policy, former President Donald Trump poses a significant threat to American democracy. The Trump campaign quickly dismissed these claims, with Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt reiterating Trump's broad appeal and his America First message. However, the Republicans for Harris group believes their stance upholds traditional Republican values, invoking the legacies of Reagan and both Bush presidents. This endorsement highlights the deep divisions within the party and the challenges Trump faces in his bid for the White House. Do you think this is because Trump badmouthed so many members of the Republican Party when they refused to align themselves with his agenda, causing them to lose in their primary elections? Just how many Republicans are now siding with the Democrats because of not wanting to go along with the Trump agenda and because of how afraid they are of Trump, in addition to not sharing the same values with him? Stay tuned for more on this topic. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on stories like this.